Another day, another battlefield.
Morning, Ma.
Oh, morning, Ayanda. You're up early.
Didn't sleep much. You were typing all night again.
Deadlines, baby. You know how it is.
I also heard you talking to yourself.
I was rehearsing a budget presentation. These clients are serious. Nah?
You said, I can't keep doing this, Ma. That doesn't sound like a budget speech.
Do you want coffee?
Ma, why don't you ever talk to me anymore?
We talk. We're talking now.
No, you instruct. You manage. But you don't talk.
What do you want me to say, Ayanda? That I'm tired? That sometimes I wake up wishing I could stay in bed? That my back hurts, my chest feels tight, and I'm scared of opening emails?
Yes, I'd like to hear that. Because I already see it.
I don't want to scare you. I'm your mother. I'm supposed to be the strong one.
Strong people cry too, Ma.
I miss laughing.
Me too. I miss you.
I promise I'll make space for us just after this pitch.
You said that last month. And the one before that.
It's not that easy, Ayanda. I'm carrying so much. You wouldn't understand.
Then let me help you carry it.
I don't even know how to start.
Maybe start by taking a walk with me today without your phone.
That sounds illegal.
Then let's be rebels.
Being strong doesn't mean being silent. Healing begins with honesty, especially with those who love us most.
No phone, no pressure, just air.
Molo sissy, you look like you're in search of something stronger than coffee.
Is it that obvious?
Nah, I just have a gift. I can read tight shoulders from miles away.
I don't usually do this, randomly stopping like this.
Then it's about time. First juice is on me if you tell me your real mood in 5 words or less.
You don't even know me.
Exactly. No pressure, no expectations. Just juice and truth.
Okay. Tired, pretending, mother, unraveling hopeful.
That's 6. But you said hopeful, so I'll let it pass. That word changes everything.
I guess so.
Let's go to the cafe. Grounded greens, with ginger and purpose, like the sign says, made for the tightly wound and quietly brave.
The smoothie tastes like peace, with a little kick.
Exactly the intention.
You do this for everyone?
No, just the ones who look like they forgot what silence tastes like.
I haven't taken a real breath in weeks. I'm always moving, fixing, surviving.
Been there. Just don't forget to live, darling. That's the part we skip when we're too responsible.
Maybe I'll make this a habit.
You just made my Monday.
How do you stay this calm?
A few broken chapters, a choice to slow down, and juice.
Thanks for not making this weird.
Weird is healing in disguise. Come back tomorrow. First timers get double chances.
Peace doesn't always come in silence. Sometimes it starts in connection. Healing begins with the small choices we make to pause, feel, and breathe.
What's that beside you?
This is what kept your mother breathing during her matric exams, and what kept me sane when your grandfather was making trouble in Soweto.
Mom's not really breathing now.
So you noticed too.
She thinks I don't see her crying in the bathroom, or staring at the fridge like it insulted her. She's not okay, go.
You're young, but your eyes are sharp.
What happened to her? She used to laugh. A lot.
Life happened, and your mother, she inherited more than just my cheekbones. She inherited the habit of holding pain until it burns a hole in your chest.
Did you teach her that?
I taught her how to survive, but I forgot to teach her how to rest, how to feel without guilt.
Maybe it's not too late.
Maybe, but it will take more than tea and hugs. It'll take truth, even the messy kind.
She won't listen to me.
Then speak anyway. Speak with love, even if her ears are closed. The heart listens when the words are real. These hands? They come from a long line of women who did too much and said too little. Break that chain. Ayanda, you and your mother, you can do different.
I just want her to be happy again.
Then remind her of her joy. Show her it's still here. Maybe hidden, but never gone.
Generational strength is beautiful, but so is generational healing. It takes courage to break cycles, and even more to soften them with love. Thandiwe stepping off the elevator. Her shoulders are squared, but her eyes look tired. She clutches her reusable coffee cup, the same one she used yesterday, still unwashed. She walks past Janine's desk. Janine eyes her and leans over.
Morning, Thandiwe. You look overwhelmed. Did you finally give in to TikTok doom scrolling last night?
Good morning, Janine.
Girl, relax. You're always so serious. Smile more, eh? They moved the board meeting to 10 instead of 11. Just got the memo.
Of course they did. Thanks.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Always fine.
She sits, powers up her laptop. Her inbox pings. 37 new emails. A red urgent flag blinks at the top. She rubs her temples. Layla suddenly walks in briskly.
Thandiwe, can I steal you for 2 minutes?
Sure.
So, the Q2 report has inconsistencies. Not drastic, but enough to raise eyebrows.
Inconsistencies?
I'm not pointing fingers, but we need to fix it before the board sees it. You were the last person to review the numbers.
Yes, but
It's fine. Just stay late today and rework the projections. And Thandiwe, you've been distracted lately. We need your full attention if we are going to trust you with Q4.
do you know what it feels like to be trusted only when you're perfect?
Excuse me?
I've worked here for 6 years. I've pulled all-nighters. I've fixed everyone's messes. I've said yes even when it cost me sleep, time, health. And now I make one human mistake and my credibility is questioned?
I didn't mean it that way.
Then maybe say what you mean. Because what I'm hearing is that the only thing valued here is output, not people. I'm not okay, Layla, but I'm still standing. And I'm not your robot.
We can talk later.
Okay. You didn't have to bring food from Grandma's place.
I know, but you haven't been eating.
So now you're monitoring me?
No, Mama. I'm caring for you. There's a difference.
It's been a hard day.
Gogo told me about how you used to cry in the cupboard when you were 16. After your dad left. She said you never liked anyone seeing your pain.
I learned early. Strong women don't break. They bend and bend and bend until the wind stops.
But what if the wind never stops? What happens then?
Then, they snap.
Mama, I don't want you to snap. I want you to heal.
And how exactly do I do that when I have bills, targets, a job that eats my soul, and a child who...
A child who just wants her mother alive, not perfect.
You don't understand what it's like.
You're right. I don't. But I do understand this. You think carrying it all alone makes you strong. But strength isn't suffering in silence. It's knowing when to ask for help.
You sound like your grandmother.
She's got away with words. And hurts. Can I tell you something weird?
You've already started. Might as well.
When I was little, I thought you were magic. Like, actual witchcraft levels of power. Because no matter what went wrong, water cut, landlord shouting, my school fees, you always fixed it. Like some invisible superhero.
I wasn't magic, baby. I was just tired and desperate.
Exactly. That's the real magic. But even superheroes need breaks.
I know, baby. I will start listening to my body.
Sometimes healing begins with being seen. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is an invitation to connection.
You're here early.
Could say the same about you. You okay?
No, but I'm working on it. You?
Same.
You always seem calm, like you've made peace with the chaos here.
It's an illusion. A well-practiced one. Learned it from watching my father. He survived apartheid with a quiet face and high blood pressure.
Sounds familiar.
I used to think stress was a badge of honor. That if you weren't drowning, you weren't working hard enough. Until my sister collapsed at work. She was 34.
What happened?
Minor stroke. But it changed everything. She left her job, moved out of the city, started teaching yoga in Durban now. She calls it breathing for a living.
You've never talked about that.
No one asks. And honestly, I think I liked being the guy people leaned on. But it's heavy, pretending nothing gets to you. I wrote an affirmation that says drink water. Breathe slow. The world won't end if you say no. I say this every morning before the emails start chasing me.
You hide poetry behind spreadsheets.
And you hide exhaustion behind lipstick.
Thank you for this space.
We don't have many of them here. So we make our own. You missed the meeting yesterday. HR sent emails while you were out.
I got mine yesterday. Layla recommended me for future opportunities. Funny. She almost had me questioning if I even belonged.
She's bad at people, good at optics. Don't confuse the two.
Do you think it ever gets better?
I think it gets lighter when we carry it together.
Everyone is carrying something, and sometimes, the strongest support comes from the quietest voices. Sharing lightens the load.
Thandiwe, you asked to speak with me?
Yes, I think it's time we clear the air.
Alright, let's begin then. What's this about?
About honesty, and weight, and leadership.
That sounds poetic, but vague.
You once said I was too emotional to lead. That my empathy was a liability.
That's not exactly how I phrased it.
It's exactly how it landed. I've been holding that for a while, along with every email you sent at midnight, every time you praised Janine for parroting my work, every meeting where I had to shrink to fit your version of professional. I wore that silence like armor, until I realized I was suffocating underneath it.
You're not the only one who's had to shrink. Thandiwe, do you know what they called me when I started here? Ice Queen. Too assertive. Too sharp. Too much. I stopped sharing photos of my daughter. I stopped smiling unless it was during quarterly reviews. I became what they could tolerate.
So you expected the rest of us to do the same?
I expected survival. That's all I ever knew how to expect. You're right. I minimized you, because I thought that's what good leaders did. Stay ahead by keeping others below. I'm not proud of that.
We don't need perfect leaders. We need honest ones.
So, what do you want? An apology? A raise? A title?
I want a culture where nobody has to bleed just to belong. Where we lead without turning cold. Where empathy is a strength, not a threat.
How do we start?
We start by telling the truth, out loud, even when it shakes the glass.
I sent you an email. I wanted to make it live by next week, but I think you've earned it today.
Why me?
Because you don't just do the work. You carry the people who do.
The workplace should not be a battlefield where empathy dies. Real leadership begins when we dare to reflect on our part in another's burden, and choose better.
Thank you for coming. I was asked to speak today about health and resilience, but those words are too neat for what I've lived, so I'll tell a story instead. There was a woman, smart, capable. She said yes to everything. She smiled when her chest was tight. She performed joy like it was part of the job description. She drank coffee to stay awake and swallowed silence to keep the peace. She was praised for being reliable, efficient, productive, everything but whole. Eventually, she forgot what rest felt like. She mistook survival for success, until one day, she heard her daughter say, "I miss you, even when you're sitting right in front of me." That broke something, but maybe it needed to break. That woman is me, but she's also so many of you, people who carry families, deadlines, expectations, history, and still show up. But showing up isn't living. So here's what I've learned. Health is not just the absence of illness. It's how well we tell the truth about what we feel. It's how much permission we give ourselves to pause. It's who we allow to help us carry what hurts. We spend so much time building careers, reputations, and brands, but what are we building within? I challenge all of us, myself included, to answer that. Start with a breath, then a walk, then a conversation, then another, because healing isn't one big thing. It's many small things, done consistently, like honesty, like rest, like asking, "Are you really okay?" and waiting for the real answer. Thank you very much.
So, what now?
Now, I breathe, and I keep breathing, with intention.
Alright, we could become something more, I guess. We should go out often. You and I, what do you think?
That sounds great, Marcus.
Final moral lesson. Health isn't something you earn when the work is done, it's something you build. Breath by breath. Boundary by boundary. Truth by truth, and healing is never loud. Sometimes, it's just two people sitting in silence and knowing they are no longer alone.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more health and wellness tips.